Hey, what's up, guys? I just finished the first Metcon of week one, so day two, week one, conditioning day. It was pretty good. The 20 minutes was decent. Push-ups were a little easier than I thought they were going to be, but those sit-ups they broke me off pretty good. And then the run really was challenging, so I'm glad I programmed that little rest in there, and then the run afterwards. So looking to definitely improve that time and make it a little bit easier on myself. It was pretty good. But I promised a couple of y'all that I wanted to talk about a little bit about nutrition. Had a few of y'all reach out for meal plans, which is fine. But I've run a lot of meal plans for a lot of people, and so it always goes crazy. So people, I think, is the problem is you just don't really understand what's going on with your nutrients and how you can realistically program your own stuff, and you'll keep track of it better than me. I'm not, I'm kind of coaching you, but I'm not getting paid for this or anything. So it's not like I'm going to track every macro that you take and slap Twinkies out of your hand and stuff like that. But I'm going to break down the macros for you a little bit. Tell you basically how much protein you should be taking in, and then talk about carbs and fat a little bit. So a macro is a macronutrient. It's just a breakdown of a calorie. It's just the division of the calorie into fats, carbs, and protein. And as that calorie is broken down, each macronutrient in that calorie, and most people just track those three. There's more, but those three main ones is what everybody really focuses on, because those are the big key ones, especially in bodybuilding or even just sports performance. So the protein should always stay the same. Your protein should be what your lean body mass is. So how much muscle realistically you have on your body. So I weigh about 215-ish, give or take right now. But my lean muscle mass is way less than that. You have your bones and body fat factors in a lot. It's a little better to go higher than to go lower. But there's a lot of misinformation out there too. If you Google that, they'll tell you to take in, for like a woman, it's like 50 grams of protein. It's like stupid low. And then there's this weird misconception that you should be taking in less protein if you're trying to lean out, which is not true. You should be taking in the same amount of protein no matter if you're bulking or if you're cutting, no matter what. For my bodybuilding experience, even when I was cutting for a show and I was under 5% body fat, my protein intake was the exact same than whenever I was bulking and I was 40 pounds heavier. So the thing that you change up in your macros is your carbs and your fats. Those are going to be your different ones. Your protein should always be the same. So I take in about 190 grams of protein. That's my goal for the day. So you should set what your goal is, and then you should put that into your programming. The way a meal plan should be set up is you should be eating 4 to 5 to 6 meals a day. Now, you take what you're going to take in for the whole day and you just divide it amongst those meals. It's nothing crazy. So say you're a 185 pound dude and you're kind of chunky. So then you bring that down to like maybe 150 grams of protein, and then you get close to right around what you want to do for carbs. You probably really don't know what you should be taking in for carbs. So you probably want to be right around the same factor as your protein, maybe a little bit higher if you're cutting. And then the fat, it's all dependent on your body. My body does not do well on high fat diets. I retain a lot of body fat that way. So generally mine are kind of low. Unless I'm bulking, then I'll throw in more fat. Or if I'm really hungry in between meals, I'll put in some fat. So fats are a slow digestive macro. So if you're like starving between your meals, then you need to look at what kind of carbs you're taking in, and if you might want to put in a little bit more fat. On that same note, if you're a female, you should be eating more fat. It's just part of your genetics. Everyone thinks that we're all the same, but there's a big difference between a male and a female, especially whenever it comes into, oh God, I'm going to get canceled for that or whatever, but especially when it comes into macronutrients. So a female just naturally has more body fat. A woman that has under 10% body fat is dying. Your menstrual cycle turns off. Everything gets crazy for you guys. For a man, it's not that wild. It's more common. But for the nutrition part of it all, you should be eating more fat. You should have at least 10, 15 grams of fat throughout the day, every other meal or even every meal. It just really depends on your body type. And this is also going to make you feel better. It's all energy for you. So whenever you're designing your meal plan, I'll probably make another video and break this down a little bit closer. But when you're designing your meal plan, you should set up what you're going to be doing. And I can drop in what my meal plan looks like, so it'll be a good idea for you guys. And if you're around the same size as me, then you're probably pretty close to it. But right now, I'm in more of a maintenance cutting phase than a bulking phase. But I'll tinker around with some stuff, and then I'll throw a generic one for females too, so that y'all can have an understanding of it. I've trained females, I've worked out with a lot of females, so I know what y'all need and how y'all's body really adapts to these type of macro changes. And then of course reach out and ask me stuff, but I'm not going to sit here and write meal plans for all 40 of y'all or whatever it is, but I will give you the tools to write your own so that you can keep up with it. And then you run that meal plan for 3 weeks, and if it's not getting you where you want to do, make small adjustments. So keep your protein exactly the same, whatever your lean body mass is. And then if you're starting to notice that you're retaining more fat than you should want to, shave back a little bit of carbs and do that for another 3 weeks to a month. And then if you're still not there, shave back a little bit more carbs. Or if you're starving and you're just dropping body fat all like crazy, all right, well, maybe you can add some more carbs in. Or if your workouts really freaking suck and you're just exhausted through them, you need more carbs, you need more fat. I hope this isn't too confusing. I know there's a lot of miscommunication out there, or just bad information, and these carnivore diets and these keto crap and all this crazy stuff. But in my experience, and this is just my opinion, and everyone's opinion can mean whatever it wants to, you need to be eating carbs, you need to be eating fat. If you cut all those out and you're just sitting there licking an almond and staring at an orange all day, your body's not going to perform. You're not putting any fuel in it. You're putting shit octane in it, and it's just not going to come out, especially with the workouts we're doing, and especially with the amount of weight training we're doing. You need to eat. You need to eat. You need to prioritize protein. If you're looking at a meal and you're going, well, should I have French fries and a chicken sandwich or something like that, which is, we're not going to get into that. But you need to make sure you look at a meal and you go, okay, what's the main source of this? It needs to be protein first, and then add in these carbs and make sure I get everything else I need. And then I'll make a video on what I do for my meal prepping, just because this one's getting a little bit long and I don't want you guys just to kind of draw into abyss with me just kind of rambling on. But to kind of understand what the difference is with the macros. I really hope I didn't confuse anybody. Give me a little bit of feedback. Let me know what breakdown you guys want of information when it comes to nutrition, because nutrition is the biggest part of all this. People think that, as long as I'm working out, I can eat whatever the hell I want. And that is the worst mentality you could ever approach fitness with, because you're going to look like these people that don't even look like they work out, because they go and they do, I always make fun of CrossFit, but they go and they do these workouts. Even people in the regular gym do this shit. So they'll go do a workout, and then after that they'll drive over to freaking McDonald's and they'll pound down a double cheeseburger, and they'll be like, I worked out today, I can go eat whatever I want to. It doesn't work that way, because you're feeding your body trash, and then it's not going to recover, so you're not going to build muscle, you're not going to lean out, you're eating shit calories, and they're probably doing that like twice a day, which is even worse. So your body goes into a fasting state, and it just holds on to all that body fat. And that's even more of a detailed video if you guys want to know more about that. But kind of went on a little rant a little bit. I'm kind of just tired from the workout, but let me know what you guys specifically want, and I'll throw my meal plan into the group chat if you guys want to look at it, and then you can base your stuff off of that. I can talk to you guys more about the different types of protein you can take in, what to look for when it comes to fatty meats or leaner meats, or what types of carbs to eat, the difference between simple and complex, the different types of fats to eat, stuff like that. So give me some feedback. I'm just kind of making these videos and just guessing what you guys want. So give me something back, and I'll push you guys more information, or shoot me on the side. And if I think I need to make a video on it, I'll make a video on it for everybody. We're all here to learn. And this is all just what I have developed over time. So hopefully you guys can pick up on some of my knowledge. All right. Thanks, guys.